John Braconnier. I'm here with Professional Realty Group in Edmonton, and I've been in the business for about 7 years now.
That's awesome. I know, John, we've been working for quite some time, I think probably 2 years or something like that. But when you initially reached out to us, I'm not sure if you still remember, what was the main challenge or problem you were trying to fix or solve in your business, and were we ever able to fix it for you?
Yeah, so what happened was, although I had been running Facebook ads myself, essentially Facebook changed all the rules. And so they went, to this like super wide radius, and the cost of lead was just getting too expensive for me. So I decided that I needed to get some help. And you were recommended to me by my coach, Doug Thompson. So we got in contact, and you were able to do a great job. I think even in the first couple of months, I got, a few hundred leads to start working off of. We did, I think, a combo of buyer and seller leads. We've done different combinations since then, buyer leads, seller leads, and yeah, it's been great.
Okay,
Amassed a
awesome.
great database of people.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Yeah, and I know you've been doing really well. We'll talk a little bit about all that follow up and that. But if you were to, for anybody who is watching, right, who's a little bit skeptical, hey, online leads doesn't work, because we still hear that to the stage, right? So, are you able to throw in some numbers, like how many deals or you would have done, and like, or even like what do you see your ROI perspective or conversion point of view? So just if somebody's watching, like they can maybe give this a try, right? So yeah.
Well, I do about 30 deals a year. I'm in that 30 range, and my goal is to get up to 50. So essentially, I would say, and sometimes it's hard to actually track back down, because what happens is I will follow up with leads, I will communicate with them, I'll send them evaluations, and then nothing happens for maybe 3, 4, 6 months. And then all of a sudden I'll get a phone call or be a referral of someone like so-and-so told me you're in the business. And so there'll be direct business, but there'll also be a lot of indirect business to
Yes.
track down. So I'd say like probably maybe like 20% of my business is coming from the online leads.
That's awesome. And that's great, right? Because like you can do a lot of other stuff in your business, because online leads can be automated in up to a certain degree, right? Now this can be on top of everything else that you do. And that's what I tell people, right? Like, hey, if you're thinking of growing business, don't just go all in just on online leads. You still have to do other stuff, but this can be a great add-on to your other stuff that you're doing, door knocking, cold calling, referral, whatever that is, right? So that's great. John, like, what do you think is the biggest challenge or struggle people, especially for realtors, when it comes to online leads? Like, we still see a lot of this data, hey, online leads don't work. Like, all the leads are garbage, they don't convert. And here you're converting like 20% of online leads, which is great number to business. Like, why do you think is that? Like, what exactly, if you can share your secret, that's even great, but you don't have to. But if you can give some tip, that'll be really amazing. Like, what should someone do if either they're a brand new realtor or they're brand new to online leads? What are the things they should be doing to convert this online leads at a higher percentage?
Well, I think the key here is to treat your lead as a customer and not as a sales, some sales bait. So if you treat them as a customer with respect, you may even just, open up the conversation with general conversation. Hi, how are you doing? Try and find out maybe something about them that you can relate to. Anything they say, there's an expression that's called art. So you acknowledge, respond, and then transition. Make yourself like a consultant. So when I do respond to home evaluations, I give them a ton of data. I tell them how many homes are being sold in the area, days on market, what the highest price is, lowest price. I give them a lot of information, and then I request an in-person visit. And then usually it's the in-person visit that really gets things rolling, because once they get to meet you, we'll sit down, we'll talk about many things, maybe not even real estate for the first while, and then we'll get into the real estate. I always take my trusty laptop with me, and I like to show them live data as we're talking. So I try to establish myself as the authority figure, so that I want them to feel that they can come to me to answer any of their real estate questions, and no pressure. I don't pressure them at all. And so I let them kind of make up, their minds. It's not that I'm going to try and let them go, but obviously, I want to show the value that I can bring to them. And if you show enough value to people, they will want to work with you. And if you are likable and you communicate openly with them, they're going to like you and respond. They want to work with you. So I've had many people say, I've had other realtors come, they never showed me this kind of stuff that you show me. And I like you and I want to work with you. So that's probably the best scenario.
Yeah, no, I agree, John. I know you do a great job. Like I even know some personal, like, from people I know, referrals that you got and stuff like that, and how good of a feedback that we received. So, you really do take care of them and you provide a great service. So that's amazing. One of the things, John, I really like about what you do, if you are able to expand a little bit more on that, because this is, I think, also a point where a lot of people struggle. Like they will get the lead, they will talk to the lead, right? And now, like, they send their home evaluation, but they're like, yeah. Thank you for all that. We are not thinking of selling right now. We'll be ready in 3 to 6 months, right? Now, at this point, a lot of people, like, they either they don't follow up like they should, right? Or there's something here that you do that's really well done. I don't know if you want to expand a little bit on that. I think that is something I think it's very valuable. And I'm talking about the video marketing that you do. If you want to expand a little bit on that, on why you do that, like, what kind of responses do you see from there?
So I have a YouTube channel, and then I do a monthly report, and I review, the stats, maybe give them an opinion of what's happening in the market to people, keep them educated. And then what I do is I have a service that sends out thousands of emails every month. And there's a link in that e-letter to the video, to the YouTube video. Plus they get, market report with, various things, how to fix your house up, recipes, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like a little newsletter. So as soon as I get leads, I send it over to my other marketing people in Edmonton that send out these e-newsletters and hard copies. So this way, I try to touch everyone that comes in the database. They get at least one every month. They get an email touch, and then they may get a mailer as well every 3 months. And that way people can always, like, they know that I'm active. I'm there to answer any questions. I've actually just had a client phone me up. He lived in Shore Park. He's living in Saskatoon. He has a house to sell. He says, John, I love your reports. I want to see, just send me your latest report. And then been chatting with him, and now he wants to sell this house here in Shore Park. So yeah, that worked out well.
And that's awesome, right? Like, I mean, and yes, it's a long-term strategy. Like, it takes time, like, but you're not like, instead of like losing hope on those people and always generating new leads, you should also be working on how do you revive your old leads, right? This is one of the really important part, because truth be told, like, online leads are hardest to convert, right? But you do a really good job, because you do a really good job at follow-up, right? And a lot of people don't realize that how much work it takes. And it's a discipline too, right? Like, I know you're doing it consistently every month, stuff like that, and that's what it takes to win in this business, right? So kudos to you, John, for that. Like, last thing, if anybody is skeptical, right, about online leads or working with us, stuff like that, what would you say to them? Like, do you have any points? Yeah.
You may hear a little digging going off in the back as we're talking. It's probably gone off about 15 times. There's another one. Those are leads coming in. So
Yeah.
we get so many leads. So I think another thing is the CRM. So you've now, we've been using several CRMs, Follow Up Boss, now using Lofty. And I really like Lofty because you can now expand your contact with clients in a more personal way. They're in the database. There's AI technology. You can use send hard copies. You can do marketing. You can do follow up.
Yeah.
I'm really liking this new CRM.
Awesome. No, thank you so much, John, for your feedback and for your time today. Appreciate you.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Take care.